Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Jadager, and today we're back with US 17. This time we're going to be continuing from where we left off last week in Virginia. Now, before we do, I want to say that 2 weeks ago, I celebrated this channel's 3rd anniversary. So, hooray! This channel is 3 years old! And also, in the 158 video, I'm going to be doing something major. Anyways, let's go. Anyways, here's our welcome to Virginia sign. However, this wasn't always the welcome sign. If we go back in time, you can see that this was the state welcome sign. I decided to go back to the earliest because the earliest of the latest turned a little blurry, and this one is still a little blurry. Also, I want to give a shout out to Dirkog for this sign, even though I was the one that pointed it out. Because he asked me a good question. Why is this sign different from the other signs? Because the old signs were white with a cardinal. This one is blue with a cardinal. Now, originally I didn't have an answer. However, this time I do have an answer. The reason for that is because, like I said in the North Carolina video, from Wilmington all the way up to Norfolk, US 17 is part of a corridor called the Blue Star Memorial Highway. So, yeah. And that's a lot of Blue Star Memorial Highways in this country. I decided to go to October 2012 Street View because then there wasn't even a welcome sign. The only true indication you had that you were entering into another state was 17 starting to become more of a freeway. Here we are meeting Ballahack Road at a T intersection. Well, a crossway intersection, which I feel like the longer eastern side of Ballahack Road could be a state route because it is a major connection between US 17 and the Chesapeake Expressway, also known as Virginia State Highway 168. But, and that'd be too short. So, I guess it's fine being at Unsigned Road. Here we are crossing over the Northwest River again. This time, we're not going towards North Carolina. We're going towards the Chesapeake city limits. Because right now, even though it says we are in Chesapeake, we're actually in the county of the city of Chesapeake. We're not actually within Chesapeake city limits just yet. Here we are about to meet the southern end of US 17 business, and it is time for Norfolk and it is time for Deep Creek, while we're signed for Norfolk and Richmond. What? Oh my god. That's terrific signage. 17 doesn't even go to Richmond, yet we're still getting signage for it. And I think that Richmond is because of Interstate 64, not US 17, so yeah. And Norfolk, we do actually kind of get close to the city limits on 17, but we don't actually enter them, so I guess. Here we are back on that Dominion Boulevard section of US 17, and I think this is going to be the thumbnail for the video. Here we are crossing over the Elizabeth River 1 of 3 times. The first time we are crossing it over the southern branch. We will cross it again later. And wait a minute. Why are we signing Steel Bridge? This is not the Steel Bridge. That bridge got torn down a long time ago. This is the Dominion Boulevard Veterans Bridge, not the Dominion Boulevard Steel Bridge. That bridge got torn down. That bridge got torn down after the northbound bridge opened. And I actually remembered when the northbound bridge used to be a two-way bridge because they were still working on the southbound bridge. Here we are. Whoa! All of this at one junction? Wow! Okay, let's talk about this. Here we are meeting Virginia State Highway 190, Virginia State Highway 168, and Interstate 464 all at the same time. Virginia State Highway 190 gets the Kentucky treatment of Great Bridge Boulevard, which is fine. State Highway 168 gets signed for Outer Banks, which is really in North Carolina for US 158. But it's not going anywhere else, so I'm okay with that. And Interstate 464 is signed north for Norfolk and Portsmouth. Now, that's the way you go to get the Norfolk from here. Here is where US 17 is merging onto Interstate 64, and it is signed for Suffolk and Richmond, while we're signed on Interstate 464 north for Norfolk and Portsmouth. Okay, that should just be Interstate 87 because that is just a continuation of that interstate. Yeah, one day I will actually cover the full route of future Interstate 87 from Raleigh up here to Norfolk. I had to go back a little bit because I forgot to show this sign. Think I didn't get too far. But anyways, here is just where the westbound lanes for US 64 is going to be going. And it's on Virginia Beach, which is the right choice. And we get North 17 and 464 to interstates. East Interstate 64, Norfolk, Suffolk. Which Norfolk is for 464, Suffolk is for 17. But you can take 64 east to get there because the way the eastern terminus is. And oh my god, not again! Looks like Virginia made another error here. 64 is getting cardinal directions. We have completely looped the Hampton Roads Beltway. We should not be getting cardinal directions here. I'm sorry, but this just doesn't make sense. Here we're crossing the Elizabeth River again, and wow! Looks like they are actually in the process of tearing this old drawbridge down. Because once this drawbridge is gone, 64 will no longer have a drawbridge anywhere on its entire route. Because this used to be the only drawbridge on 64's route. And 70 used to have 2 drawbridges. Now it only has 1, but soon it'll have none. Here is where US 17 will leave Interstate 64, and it is signed for Portsmouth. Don't worry, we'll meet Interstate 64 again. Here we're meeting US 460 and US 13, and we just get the same controlled cities that we got southbound. And hey, we're meeting our old friend US 13 again. Wow. Guys, I think this is like... I'm trying to think. Hold on. Okay. This is 91 miles north of where we from where we left US 13. Now we're meeting it again, but not for a concurrency. Sorry. Here we're meeting Interstate 264 again at that half Cloverleaf, half Stack interchange once again. Okay. I do hope this is the last time we have to cross railroad tracks on 17. Here we are meeting US 58 again, and just like southbound, we don't get any control cities. Here we cross the Elizabeth River for the last time. Thank God. Here we are meeting Interstate 664 and interside Southford, Chesapeake. So if you want to go back to where you came from, you hop on the 664. Here we yet again cross over the Bennett's Creek over the same bridge. Here we are crossing the Nansemond River over a 2-lane bridge, which is actually kind of dangerous. We're about to approach a bridge that sees more traffic every single day. Like, why is this bridge still 2 lanes? Here we're crossing over the Chuckatuck Creek over a 2-lane bridge. Again, like I said before, this is dangerous because we're about to approach a 4-lane bridge in a minute, and that sees more traffic every single day than these other 2 bridges. So why is it still 2 lanes? Here we are meeting US 258, and it is signed for Newport News, and we're signed for Newport News, and it is south for Smithfield and Suffolk. Okay, Smithfield. When did I go back into North Carolina? Because I could have sworn I just saw a Virginia State welcome sign. North Carolina and Virginia copying each other? Okay, this is not surprising because states copy each other all the time. But anyways, we are concurrent with US 258 and North Carolina. And Virginia State Highway 42, a continuation of North Carolina State Highway 42, which we met back in Edenton, North Carolina, over to Newport News, Virginia. Here's our first mileage sign. I'm sorry, it's been tough to find these, especially in the Hampton Roads area where you got buildings jumbled up everywhere, and cities all in one area. But anyways, we got Newport News 6, Yorktown 25, Fredericksburg 130, which is crazy but good. And we're not even on an expressway or freeway. Well, we kind of are on an expressway, but bro, we're not on an interstate. This is insane, Virginia. Good job. Here we yet again cross the James River Bridge over the, James River. That's the namesake river that this bridge is crossing. We will, in fact, cross this river again, just not on this bridge. However, we will cross this bridge again because I still have to do US 258. Here we're meeting US 60, and it is signed for downtown Newport News, while 17 and 258 are signed for Hampton and Williamsburg. Okay, what happened to Fredericksburg? We were just signed for it a minute ago. We should still be signed for it. Here we're meeting Virginia State Highway 143, which will take you to the base, I guess, and we're concurrent with westbound, which is signed for Williamsburg. Oh, that's why we were signed Williamsburg. We should still be signed Fredericksburg though, because that's what we were signed for. And you get 258 Hampton, Norfolk, and eastbound 143 signed nothing, which is fine because it's about to end soon. Here we're about to merge onto James Clyde Morris Boulevard, and we don't get any control cities. We should be signing Fredericksburg, Virginia. Here we're meeting Interstate 64 again, and it is signed east for Hampton and Norfolk. No concurrency this time. I'm sorry. And here go the westbound controls. Williamsburg, Richmond. Okay. If Virginia State Highway 143 was signed for Williamsburg, why would you sign Interstate 64 for Williamsburg? Like, I get if you were going to Busch Gardens, this would be the faster way, but 'cause that's about all anybody goes to Williamsburg for, Busch Gardens. But you still don't need Williamsburg sign here. If anything, probably Richmond, and this might be a swing, Roanoke. No. Or Charlottesville. I don't know. But no, it's not Williamsburg, because we were just signed for it on 143. Here we're crossing over the Yorktown River once again. And don't ask me what that is, because I don't know. Here's our toll booth for the Coleman Memorial Bridge. Again, it's not toll going southbound, it's toll going this way. Here we're meeting Virginia. Oh, no. Yeah, that's right. Here we're meeting US 17 Business and Virginia State Highway 14, which is signed for Gloucester Courthouse and Matthew. So without the T? Because you need two T's to spell it. Maybe they spell it with one. Maybe that's a spelling error. I don't know. But still, this is outside. This is what we get. But we're signed Fredericksburg, so that's nice. Here we're meeting US 33 again, and we're signed for it is signed for West Point and Matthews. Oh, so that's not a spelling error. That is how it's spelled. Okay. But now we're signed for Saluda, which I think is the Spanish word for exit. Was that Salida? Man, I don't know. All I know is this should not. That Saluda should be Fredericksburg, because we were signed for all the way up to this point. At least it's down on the bottom line. Get Saluda 3, Deltaville 20, and Fredericksburg 79. Yes, I can still make out the control cities, even if that no parking sign is in the way. Here we're splitting off from US 33, and it's signed for Saluda, which is for downtown Saluda, because we're not quite downtown yet. So, yeah. What the I could have sworn they drove on the left side of the road in Jamaica, not the right. And also, ignore all of that. Here we're meeting US 360. It's lot 29. Sad day. Anyways, it is time for Richmond, while we're signed for Tappahannock and Fredericksburg. Okay, I think you only need Fredericksburg, because Tappahannock ain't even that big. Here we're splitting off from US 360, and it is signed for Rappahannock Community College and Warsaw campus, as well as Medican Trailer Park. Or is that a campsite? I don't know. But anyway, we just got Warsaw going the other direction. God, did I just forget how to pronounce Warsaw right there? I think Virginia knows I'm not going to Illinois for a while, so they just named one of their unincorporated communities this. Wow. Here we're meeting US 301 in Port Royal, and it is signed impressively for Richmond and Baltimore, which is honestly just impressive. And we're still signed Fredericksburg. But you wanna make that even more impressive? Washington, D.C. Yes, that would make this sign way more impressive. I know 17 doesn't go to Washington, D.C., but you're meeting 95, which will take you there, and US 1, so I'd say you can sign it. Here we're meeting Virginia State Highway 2, and it is for Bowling Green. Huh? I did not know we were going to Kentucky already. And then we're also meeting US 17 Business, which is signed for downtown Fredericksburg, and we're signed north for Winchester now. I mean, I feel like you could argue for Warrenton, but Winchester is the right choice. And also back at that other time when we met 301, when I said Washington, D.C., I would probably be more impressed if they signed New York City on 17, but God knows that ain't happening. Like, come on. If Virginia signs US 11 for an unincorporated community, what makes you think they gonna sign US 17 for a city that sounds like it's hundreds of miles away, but it's really not. And it's really not. Here's our next mileage sign. 1 Junction 6, 95 Junction 7, Winchester 94. Terrific sign. Here we're reading US 1 for a second concurrency. This time it's a little shorter. So, yeah. Sorry. Go watch my Florida video if you want to see a longer concurrency. Here at this stoplight, US 17 is about to jump on an Interstate 95. And looks like they just recycled an old turn left sign from when US 17 used to just turn left. Here we're meeting Virginia State Highway 3, which is signed for Fredericksburg and Culpeper. Eventually, down the line, it'll meet US 33. And yes, I know it's Virginia State Highway 33, but it's a continuation of US 33, so that's why I call it US 33, because it needs to be a continuation of the highway. Here we're crossing over the Rappahannock River, which, like I said before, it used to separate the DC suburbs from the rest of Virginia. It's still kind of that dividing line, kind of not, but whatever. Here, US 17 is splitting off of Interstate 95, and it is signed for Warrenton, and the business route is signed south for Falmouth. Bro, what happened to Winchester? I know you have the 15 and 29 junction, but I would yell, but I got who was in this house, so hey, bro, come on, you serious? Warrenton? Bro, we just signed for Winchester. We should still be signed for it. Here we are back in Bealton, meeting Virginia State Highway 28, which again, like I said, will take you to Manassas and all that. However, we don't get any control cities this time. Here's our next mileage sign. Old Paul 3, Warrenton 11, Winchester 55. Holy cow, thank you Virginia for putting Winchester back. Here we are meeting US 15 and US 29 soon. Sadly, we don't get any control cities. Here's our next mileage sign. Warrenton 7, Leesburg 42, Winchester 49. Holy crap, I am liking this, Virginia. Here, US 17 is splitting off, and we get 2 West Interstate 66 and 2 Interstate 81, as well as North 17, Business 15, Business 29, Winchester, Warrenton. Why is Winchester on there first? I feel like Warrenton should, because Winchester's our primary. And we get 15 and 29 north for Leesburg and Washington. And that is talking about Washington, D.C., not that one in NC that 17 goes through. Here's the ramp for Business 15 and Business 29. We get 2 West 211, Warrenton, Luray, and 17 North, Winchester. Here we are merging back with 17 Business, and Mainline is going to continue on to Winchester. Here in Marshall, we're meeting Interstate 66, not US 66. And I know US 66 is decommissioned. I'm not doing that road because it's decommissioned. I'm not counting decommissioned routes. Like, if it's decommissioned, I'm not doing it. So, yeah. Anyways, it is signed for Strasburg and Winchester, while Interstate 66 is signed east for Washington. Good job. Here we're about to merge onto Interstate 66, and we get a mention of 2 West Virginia State Highway 55. And, wait a minute. I'm noticing some similarities between North Carolina and Virginia. Here is exit 27 on Interstate 66, and, I'm showing this is exit because this is the literal exit for the northern end of 17 Business. That is one short business route. Probably the shortest of every single one of them. Here, US 17 is about to split off, and why is there a Ford Bronco on the shoulder? Anyways, we get North 17, 2 West 55, Delaplane, Paris. Bro, what happened to Winchester? We should still be signing Winchester here. And we get 66 West Front Royal, which I'm not even going to talk about that because we have too many options for what we could actually sign Interstate 66 West. And it could really be converted into a spur of Interstate 81. Here's our next to last Smiley sign, and at least we're signed for Winchester. We should have been signed for it at that overhead sign. Here we are meeting US 50, and it is signed for Winchester, while we're signed for, and it is signed for, as well as Middleburg and Washington. Again, right choice. Sis.
Little man.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry for that. Anyways, what I was trying to say was, I would end 17 here because this is where it should end, but I'm actually going to cover the rest of the route to show you why it should end here. Here's our next mileage sign, and probably our last one. Route 81 16, Winchester 18, and Romney, West Virginia 63. Okay, if you're gonna sign something in West Virginia, definitely not this. You know, I think Bridgeport would be fine here, because you have the I-79 junction, but again, Bridgeport from... God dang, this is hard. No, you know what? I'll tell you this. Go watch Extreme Geography's US 50 videos, and you'll see. Here is our final river crossing, and it is the Shenandoah River. Here we are meeting US 340 in this middle of nowhere town called Waterloo. So it's not really in the middle of nowhere, It's just in a town that's in the middle of nowhere.